do so. So I'm going to go ahead and settle in and sit down on my mat here. And I'm going to grab a hold of my left leg underneath it and interlock my hands. And I'm just going to roll down. Just slowly slide the legs side to side, just like a windshield wiper with the knees. Just slowly loosen up my hips, because that piriformis comes like across like that, almost like a belt on your hips. So it really does tie it up and squeeze off a lot of things. Make sure you're breathing nice and slow. Back to center. Close the eyes. Look at the shoulders. Lift those arms nice and long. Bring the palms either up and alongside the hips. Down. Then I'm going to slowly straighten out my left leg. And then my right. I'm going to head into corpse pose. I'm going to wiggle out my spine. Lengthen my body. I'm just going to engage my pelvic floor. What I mean by that is squeezing those hips up towards the ribs. And then squeezing the peak down. And gently releasing out. Just let me. And again, I'm going to pull the ribs. That really slowly up and in. While I'm inhaling, and then as I exhale, release. Now, if it's not comfortable with the legs straight, you do the same thing for the bend. And again, I'm just going to pull the hips towards the ribs. Squeeze that feet down. Last one. And let's move in. Pelvic floor into that belly button. Exhale. Go ahead and bend those knees. I'm going to make sure I didn't walk anybody out of class. All right, so this time we're just going to walk the heels away from the hips just a little bit. You want to make sure the back of the knees aren't like all the way, just a little bit is fine. And then again, just as we breathe in, we're going to squeeze those hips to the ribs. And we're going to press gently into the heels. That low back. That down, slowly up and in. Now release it down. And again. We're going to do that about 3 more times.
I can't hear you.
All right, hang on. Can you hear me, Alex?
I had to unmute myself. I am having a hard time hearing you, so I've been kind of watching what you're doing.
Okay, I'm going to see what's up with this one. I wonder if this one died. Well, this one doesn't look like it's doing anything of the sort. Isn't that fabulous? Can you at least hear me with this one, or are you hearing me with?
No, we can hear you fine when you're close to the computer. So I think it might even actually be the computer that's picking up your audio.
Let's see if these. All right. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
I'm going to see if I can take up the volume a little bit more. Not exactly sure how that works. But I'm really hoping it works.
I think it's and there's an echo.
All right.
studio.
I'm not picking up an echo. The echo that I hear is just from the studio.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to get a couple little things, make sure everything's working good. Okay. Now I'm gonna check the volume on here. Hoping it would go up.
I don't
Let
know
me
if it's
check the volume.
so much the volume. You sound kind of garbled.
That's weird.
Well, only when you move back. When you're right there, it's perfect. We can hear you perfectly.
All right, so let me turn these off and see what I sound like and see if it's echoey, okay?
Okay, perfect.
That's the only thing I think it's gonna be echoey. Did it go off? Let's see. Talk to me.
Oh, you sound the same.
Okay, hang on.
Now move back and try it. Move back where you were and try it. To your mouth.
Yeah, that's when we can tell.
Yeah.
All right, how's that? Terrible?
No. Up talk.
Is that better?
What do you think? I think it is, don't you, Alex?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's try that.
Oh yeah, it is better.
yeah.
I don't know what I did, but you know. All right, so mute yourselves again because I moved all the way back here.
Okay.
Not that it's 20 feet, and my glutes are like, girl, just sit down. So I'm gonna go back down once I got it. And we're gonna start again. So take a big breath in. And out. Again, breathe in. And out. Find the length in your spine. If you need to adjust it a little bit, please do so. Arms can either be down for receiving or up. Down for grounding or up for receiving. All right. So you can either straighten out the legs and forks again or keep those knees back. I'm just going to do a fetal pelvic tilt. So I'm just going to press my heels into the ground as I pull those hip bones a little higher and up towards my hips. And then I'm just going to let them relax. Again, pull up, inhale, and exhale. And just a couple more. If you can hear me because you're still on speaker, I was just wondering if you're having a. And come back into neutral, and let's just do a couple of pelvic flops. I'm just going to go from 9 to 3, just gentle movements, just slow tilting side to side. It shouldn't be like this. It should get just small and we're going to go 6 to 12 to 9, 6 to 3 to 12, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 9, 6, 12, 12. And then let's just do some simple, softly. The other direction. You can make some big movements if that feels good. This is just according to what you feel. And then I'm going to come back into neutral. And then nice and easy, I'm going to bring one knee into my chest. Flex my left foot. Roll it around. And then I'm going to bring the other one in. And I'm going to rock side to side. Breathing into the spine. Nice. Control back. Let's open the knees into those armpits for a little happy baby. So it really depends on your flexibility. Since I'm super tight in my glute today, it's not a good idea for me to reach to my mask. And then it's going to start pulling out my ribs. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to rub the back of my thighs, open up those knees into my armpit, and keep that spine on the ground. Feels good for me to hook onto my ankles. I'm gonna go there and still breathe. I'm going to hook my these fingers onto the big toes. And on the inhale, I'm going to prepare. The exhale, I'm going to open those legs wide. Just softly and gently. And I'm going to let my elbows fall down to the ground. And I'm just going to breathe here. Softening. Releasing into the toes, not forcing. Last breath. And a nice and easy exhale. Back in the armpits. And then gently I'm going to drop the left foot and then the right down onto the mat, keeping the knees bent. And again, I'm just going to windshield wiper. I'm going to tee out my arms. So this little paracords muscle that we own, that owns me right now, I should say, it almost wraps around my body like a belt. It just comes to this all over those other muscles, from your glute, the obliques, down to the leg, and it really almost pinches them really super tight, so it can really knock some stuff out. So we're going to bring that left knee in. So the right foot should, if comfortable, you can either keep it where it is, or you can straighten it out to get a nicer stretch in that right leg. Let's breathe in as we squeeze that left knee into that rib cage. Out. Keep that left foot flexed. Next inhale and exhale, release the shoulders out of the ears. I'm going to hook my left hand around the outside of my left leg and the fingers onto the inside of my shin. And I'm going to gently just pull my left leg open and out, away from my rib cage, and I'm going to keep my left foot flexed. My right hip is going to want to lift, but I don't want it to, so I'm going to anchor my right hand on that right hip. Keep your right foot flexed and breathe in. Let the weight of the left arm work that way. And then nice and easy, bring it back to center. Take the right hand on the outside, hook it in between, and then just send it over to the right. Nice little twist. Pee out that left arm. Make sure you're facing that left hand. Wiggle the shoulders flat. Take the stretch as far as the body will allow. And this is as far as my body's allowing. Breathe, not force. As I breathe in, I have to tell my neuroformers how much I love it. I appreciate all the hard work it's been doing. And I'm so sorry that it's grumpy today. On the next inhale, I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to center. Take that exhale. Bring that knee back in the chest. Lengthen the spine. I'm going to press that right foot down into the back, bend the right knee, and cross that left leg over that right thigh, first baby step. And then I'm just going to windshield wiper here. Just loosen up those hips. Just and allowing the breath always to be my guide. Nice and easy. I'm going to thread the needle, so I'm going to bring my knees up first, gently into my chest, using my abdominals, not my low back. And I'm going to thread the legs through and hook onto that top. Make sure you keep the feet flat. You're breathing. Make sure those hips are on the mat. You don't want to thread and then the tailbone off the mat, okay? Breathe it in and out. Inhale, you lengthen. And on the exhale, you can squeeze those legs in a little more if that feels good. If you're super flexible, maybe you can hook on to the outside of that right shin. If my hip is saying no leg was safe, so I won't be doing that. Last breath. Exhale, slowly release that right foot down. Cactus those arms and rock and roll them side to side. Use the abs, make sure that pelvic floor, like in the beginning, squeezing that pelvic gaps. Make sure that's always engaged. Whenever you're moving the legs, bottom half of the body. And bring it back to neutral. And again, we're going to bring those knees back in the chest, and this time, grab the outside. So if you can't grab the outside of that right shin, grab the left foot and the outside of that left thigh or knee, and just be gentle as you pull on the exhale, those knees and chest. So you may have some room for movement here. It may be a no-go. Just breathe. Just breathe. No judgment, just breathe. Last inhale. And exhale, drop that right foot down. Nice and slow. Cactus those arms, and we're going to reach your Make sure you're breathing when you're moving, one breath per movement. Keep those abs engaged, remember. And then back to neutral. Last one, bring those knees into chest. Straighten out that right leg. You're gonna reach in through the needle again and hook onto the back of that right thigh. Now if that's too much, you can use a strap. Grab onto the left knee and left foot if that feels good. So from here, we're going to straighten that right leg, flex the foot, send the heel to the ceiling. Really stretch the back of that hamstring, and then bend that knee. Bring that heel down towards the glute and send it back. And let's keep going nice and slow. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, flexing that foot, sending the heel far away. Exhale. More. Last one. And let's just hold the stretch. So we're going to flex our foot, lengthen the shoulders out of the ear, and we're going to point that right. Flex, and flex, flex, and point. So from here, we're just going to relax the foot, and we're going to flare the toes out. So it's almost like a point, but I'm going to flare the toes out like a fan, and then I'm going to scrunch the toes like a fist. Flare and scrunch. Flare and scrunch. Flare and scrunch. Flare and scrunch. Relax it, and let's just do ankle circles. One direction for 5, 3, and one other direction. 5, 4, and slowly bend that right foot down. Gently release that right foot to the ground, releasing the thigh. Moment here to breathe. Cactus those arms on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, let's take that left foot over to the right for a twist. Watch yourselves. Make sure the exhale eating that twist. Gazing over that left shoulder, wiggle the shoulders flat and breathe. Last 2 breaths. Last inhale here. Engage those abs. Exhale, bring it up. Slowly unravel that left foot. Straighten out that left leg slowly and rock it side to side. Use that hip joint, so rock the whole leg, not just the foot. Side to side, use the whole leg. Make sure not bending the knee, you just want to rock that leg, that hip joint. 3, for 2, 1, release that, shake it out. All right, bend that left leg. Ooh, wiper. And then nice and easy, let's take that right foot, cross it over that left leg. And then nice and easy, thread through. We're going to bring those knees up. Thread through or just hold on to that right knee and right foot. And we're just going to pull those legs in. Breathing. Keep that low back down. And of course, find your comfort zone where it feels good to you. Last 2 breaths. And release. Practice those arms out. Windshield wiper side to side. Nice and slow. Those hips, hip flexors. Nice and easy, engage the abs, and those knees back in the center. Now again, you can either interlock behind if that feels comfortable for you, or you can grab the outside of that left shin. If it's not comfortable with the right hand, and bring it on the outside. You can either hug them or interlock them. This is a little easier on this side for me. My left hip is such a problem here. I'm just going to hold it here and breathe about 5 breaths. Go back on the mat. Shoulders under the ears. And on the last exhale, I'm going to slowly release that left foot down. Gently practice off those arms. And rock and roll again. Side to side. Back into neutral. Let's go ahead and bring those legs back and reach those out. We're going to send that left foot up so you can thread the needle if that feels good, or you can just hang on to the side of those legs. So we're going to flex that left heel, really send that energy through that left heel, breathing in and out. In and out. Inhale here. And on the exhale, bend that knee, send the heel down towards the ground. Inhale, set it up. Down. And exhale. Inhale. One. Hold it there. We're going to flex that foot. Keep that left hip in the ground and then point. And flex. Point. And flex. Point. Point. Relax and let's flare those toes. Crunch. Flare. Crunch. Flare. Crunch. Flare those toes. So thank you. Crunch. Last one. Flare. And do some circles now. 1, 2, 4, 5, other direction. 5, 4, 1. Nice and slow. Bend that knee. Down. We're going to go for that twist. So cactus those arms out. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop that right foot over to the left. Slowly gaze on over to the right hand. I like to slide my left foot a little towards my right side so that I get a nice pull in my hip flexor on the right side. So the twist, you're just pretty much going to do what feels good. Breath. Inhale in here, and exhale, bring those legs back to center. Unravel those legs. And adjust the spine, make sure you're back into center and straighten out those legs. Now, if you need to have something under that low back, you can definitely put something there. I'm going to straighten my arms overhead and just do a big body stretch. Like I just got out of bed, just reach. Oh. Now let's walk the legs over to the left side for the banana pose. So gentle with this one, you want to be able to cross that right leg over the left. It may happen, it may not. You may have to bring that left foot back to center to get that right leg to cross. Doesn't really matter. You want to get it like a little banana steeper. So you can take the torso over to the left. Left hand is going to gently wrap around that right wrist as it lays into the palm of your hand. And we're going to make sure the right shoulder and right hip stay down. And we're going to gaze over to the right. We're just going to If it's impossible to cross the legs, then guess what? Don't cross the legs. Two more breaths. Big inhale here. And then nice and slow, releasing the arms and legs and walking them back to center. straightening out that spine. Excuse me, big long stretch, big body stretch again. And then on the exhale, we're going to walk over to the right side, feet first, and then the torso. And again, find what works best. Maybe the torso needs to get into place first, the arms, and then you can work on crossing the left leg over the right. So for me, if you notice, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to use my right foot to pick my left foot up, bring it over to my ankle, because that's how tight my left leg is right now. And I'm just going to hold here and focus on keeping that left hip down so that I can get that stretch in my IT band that desperately needs it because my piriformis is strangling it right now. Big breaths. And remember, if you need to go deeper in the pose, to always allow the breath to lead you onto your body, here for your edge, down in your limits. Exhale, slowly start to release into center. Face, elbows, face, body stretch. Inhale. And then exhale, bring those hands down towards those hips about a foot away, and we're going to bend one knee and then the other. And then I'm just going to tick-tock those legs, windshield wiper again, side to side. This time I'm going to lift opposite hip. As my knees go to the right, my left hip's going to come up. And then I'm going to lengthen my spine and find room as I do this to the other side. I like to do that because it really helps lengthen my spine. Sometimes I get so tight in my muscles and it shrinks up that my ears are locked into my shoulders and my spine cannot lengthen. And therefore my abs are not doing any work and it's all my back. Okay, so from here, and again, we're going to walk those feet out just a little further away from the hips. And again, arms down alongside the hips, palms down if that feels good. And we're going to do a couple pelvic tilts again. So I'm going to press into the heels, send those hips towards the ribs, and then release it. Relax. Again, inhale. Exhale, press, and send those hips up towards the ceiling, towards those ribs, and exhale. Last one again. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Hold it there. Big inhale. And exhale. One knee into chest and then the other. Open up to a happy baby. And then this time, maybe you'll be able to grab the feet. It's amazing just a little bit of stretching what it does for that low back in your quads. All right, nice and easy, bring these feet down. So right foot can either stay on the ground, the knee bent, or you can straighten it out for the right. The left knee is going to come into chest, and I'm going to straighten my left foot up. And I'm going to take my both hands and interlock them behind my calf. And then I'm going to slowly straighten out my right leg. All while breathing, of course. And I'm just going to breathe. So maybe your hands don't come up as high as mine. Maybe they're at the back of the thigh. That's okay. Make sure there's no pressure in the back of the knee though. Just on the calf, walk it down towards the Achilles and the ankle. If you're really flexible, want to grab those feet, you can totally do that. Just make sure that right hip isn't lifting up. Try to keep that quad on the ground on the right side. A lot of times it likes to lift so that you can get further flexibility in the left leg. We don't want to do that. We want to try to keep it pressing into the ground. Breathe. And then point the left foot and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Hold that flex. Feel that energy going to the back of that heel. Breathe. And slowly bend the knee down. Take that left foot down. Straighten it out. Rock and roll that hip again. Side to side. And again, you can bend that left knee. Bring that right knee in the chest. I have to adjust my hips. And then I'm going to straighten out my right leg. And just slowly slide my legs up, my head up my leg, and slowly straighten that left leg and see if it goes. Ooh. I'm going to walk my hands down just a smidge because if you notice how high my quad is off the mat, that is the one that is not really happy with me. So I can't really press it down, and so I'm not going to. So that adjustment is going to come in my right leg. So with my hands behind my right thigh now, I'm going to point and flex here. So it's amazing. You can pull out your left side and just doing this point and flex, I'm feeling it in my back of my calf. So your body makes adjustments whenever there's an injury. It compensates a lot in places you never thought of. Last one, hold that flex, breathe, straighten out that leg. And exhale, bend back. Straighten out. One more big body stretch, hands overhead, breathe, reach. All right, hands onto the hips. Bring those knees in, place the feet down, bend your knees. All right. We're going to go into a little tabletop. So we're going to bring the left knee into chest, tabletop, I should say, and then the right. So really engage the core in order to hold those knees up. And try to keep those knees directly. Sorry, somebody's been trying to come in for like the longest time. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go ahead and cut into, what was I going? I forgot. All right, so let's start again, tabletop. Bring those legs up. Okay, so let's get the core engaged. Flex those feet and make sure the knees are right over those hips. From here, placing the hands down alongside the hips. The left foot's going to come down and it's going to tap the ground. We're going to do the right. So remember squeezing that clean gas in. Remember pulling those hips to the ribs as you tap. So make sure you're not just doing this, dropping the feet down. You want to reach them out. Use the abs at the low back. For 2 more. Last one. And bring it. Ooh. Drop it out. Open it up, happy baby. Grab those fingers around the big toe and open those legs wide and see. Drop right back in where you left off and see how that feels. All right, release those legs, bend those knees, drop them down. Windshield wiper. Let's go a little further. Really flex those hips and see how that feels now. That's good. And we're going to bring those legs back on the tabletop, foot at a time. This time we're going to use the heels. So again, make sure everything's parallel. Use those hands, inhale, and then exhale, tap that heel down, bring it back. Alternate. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Two more. And last one, let's hold it here. Open it up, happy baby. Woo, go right back into that stretch or where you left off. Those feet, bring those knees into chest. And we're gonna roll like a ball right onto the sitting position. Ooh. Hello. All right. Let's go onto the hands and knees. From here, we're just going to power push it out. Chest come out, watch those hands. Exhale, really deep belly button around that spine. Down. Remember always to stop and grab water when you need it. And let's wag the tail in the neutral spine. So we're just going to look in one direction, hips the other. And we're going to work our way into a pigeon pose from here. So I'm going to start with my right side because that's the side that's not injured, and hopefully it won't be too much of a. All right. So from here, I'm just going to walk my hands out a little further, and I'm going to bring my right knee towards my right wrist, grab onto that left foot, and try to parallel it. Hold it as I straighten out that left. I'm just going to make sure that left leg is straight. Hang out here. Ooh. So, breathe. Usually I can fly on this, but it's not going to happen with this leg, so I'm not going to fly. I'm going to breathe here, and I'm going to slowly melt it down. What I love about having a mat, your hands just slide on down, no pressure. And I'm just going to find a place where I can rest my forehead and breathe. This is amazing hip opener. So really allow the breath to release here. Try not to let the mind wander about what's tight, what's still holding, what you're still holding on to. It could be a number of things. You could just let the breath in, smooth out those areas. It's amazing what the body will do when it starts to open up and heal. More breaths here. Start to prepare by placing those hands down, shoulders, inhale, and exhale. Lift that up, squeeze that knee down, keep that pelvic floor engaged. Lifting up like a little snake. And then nice and easy, I'm going to tuck my left toes forward. I'm going to bring that right knee out like a diagonal hydrant and do some circles to release that hip. And I'm going to go into the other side. Look up. Walk my hands out, left knee by left wrist. Parallel left shin and ooh la la, nice knee. I thought this would be a really good stretch for my paraformis, but it's arguing. So find a place where you can breathe. Feels good. On the exhale, take it. And breathe. Focus on the exhale, releasing all of that tension. Last breath in. And then place those hands down on the shoulders as you exhale. Give it up. Lengthen there. Feels good. Touch the toes. And then bring that left knee out. Nice circles. And then we're just going to bring those knees down. Open them wide, big toes touch. We're going to head into a child's pose. Take a few breaths there, breathing in and out. Closing your eyes, focused on everything. Yeah? All right. Child's pose is always a favorite resting pose for everybody. And nice and easy, we're going to come back into a tabletop. So we're going to come into a mountain harder puppy pose. So a couple of variations, just make sure you watch yourself here. I'm going to drop the elbows down first. You want to get the chest and chin down and keep those hips right over the knees. It really just depends on your flexibility. So just make sure the shoulders aren't shrugging into the knee. Lengthen out those arms. Bring the chest down, the chin down over the forehead. Breathe here for 5. Last one, breathe in. Let those legs slide out from underneath. Bring the hands on top of each other. Lift the forehead and rest the forehead onto those hands. Bend the knees, bring the feet up and windshield wiper nice and slow. Over those ankles. Breathe in. And nice and easy, just bring those legs down slowly. And then walk them close together. And go there. And then bring those legs in close. Try to pretend like you're glued together. Really tighten up those glutes, the back of the legs, and press the hips into the ground. Hands are going to come alongside underneath my shoulders, elbows squeeze into my ribs. Little baby cobra here. So I'm going to lift the belly button into my spine. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to press up. Almost using my hands and lifting my shoulders through. Breathe in. And rest that right ear down on the exhale. Hands come alongside the hips. Breathe in. And out. Again. Hands underneath the shoulders. And again, we're going to little baby cobra, so adjust those legs if need be. Squeeze those legs back. Press them into those hips into the ground, elbows into the ribs. Inhale, exhale, lift up. So squeeze the belly, pull the belly button into the spine. Long neck, breathe in and out. In and out. Left ear down, hands alongside the chest. Release. Straighten out those legs, gently bring them down. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders again. So, baby cobra, cobra, upward facing dog, whatever feels good, whatever your body wants to do this morning. So I'm going to see where my body leads me. So again, I'm going to engage those legs, glutes, hips, belly button into the spine. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to feel myself up. And this is what I'm saying. Breathe. 2. Last one. Both hands on top of each other. That's the one. Bring those heels towards the glutes and make sure one. I'm going to do one little last back bend. It's totally up to you. Reach back and grab your feet. Whew. The wheel. I don't know what I call it. Wheel when I know it's not. Okay. Nice and easy. Flex the feet. Kick the hands. Kick the feet into the hands. Inhale and exhale. Just breathe. Last one. Release and down. And we put those hands on the shoulders and slowly peel ourselves up. Tabletop and chest. Bring that into a tabletop underneath. Do a couple of cat and cow. Sorry about that, cow. Let's crumble it down, settle it in. Get ready for Shavasana, horse pose. So laying down in front. I'm going to pull my skin out from underneath so all of my hip bones are plastered down on the ground. I'm going to flex my feet. Try to press the back of my legs into the ground. Shoulders on the ear. I'm gonna lengthen my spine like somebody's doing a string. From here, Frankenstein arms. I'm gonna inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm gonna round the spine, pull the belly in, and I'm gonna lower down one vertebrae. Keep those arms up. And nice and easy. Go ahead and pull one knee in, just for ourselves on the last half. Feel Peter Pan stretch. Sometimes the body doesn't need more than it can handle. Just a little bit of movement. Sometimes the body just needs to stretch so it can relax. And this time I could not connect. Stretching over the muscle is going to relax it. But now, lean in it, let me hide it. So, find your corpse pose, extend those legs out, arms alongside the hips. Take about 5 inhales and audible exhales. Try to focus on that spot between the eyebrows, just to gaze, side gaze. Exhale. These crazy times, it's really important that we breathe in. Out. Soften your forehead. Release the jaw. Allow the tongue to fall from the roof up. Swallow, release the throat. Shoulders melt away from those arms a little further. Lengthening those legs a little bit more. And releasing those hips to the back of the feet. As you breathe. And exhale. Just feel the mat hug your body. Feel the weightlessness. Nothing. a wish, say a prayer, set an intention, set a release. Remember, you don't have to believe everything you think. Breathe as you breathe. Infinite gratitude. Drink the sweet elixir of life. Breathe as you release into the breathe, dream awake, dream it. Remember as you breathe into every pore, every cell of your body, and to release more than what you have taken in. Allow your breath to slowly come back to normal. Keeping the eyes closed, looking at your toes, maybe rocking the head side to side. If it feels good, do a big body stretch again, and then roll on to one side fetal position. Take the last few breaths here just to release whatever else you still are holding on to. To restore gratitude, compassion, and empathy, acceptance and love. Let's just relax whatever comes our way, so that we can remember to breathe, because this too shall pass. The light inside of me is honored by the light inside of each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me today. Have a fabulous day. God bless you all. Namaste. Ooh. Thank you guys.